Hi, everyone. Thank you very much for stopping by for part two. In part one, we looked at generally the issue that I'm facing with primarily trying to use frugal velocity banking to get a home, possibly in California, and reduce my mortgage debt on various investment properties. So in part one, I showed you the general issue that I'm facing with the balance. Now we're going to move to part two, which is the credit card versus the HELOC. So I was able to obtain two different HELOCs, but it took me about, I'll say 12 months to get them. So one of the HELOCs that I'm using here in this column is 10.50, and it has a line of credit of 100,000. And I'm gonna use that either to pay off the loans. Let me do something else over here. Get rid of this. Did not need this on this screen. Okay. So again, in the first video for the two credit cards, I'm carrying about $20,000. Now I'm looking at, okay, if I move this $20,000 of debt, well, I'm sorry, not 20,000, but the total balance right here. If I move this total balance of debt onto a HELOC versus just continuing to pay what I'm paying, I would end up paying a total of 20,000. So now I'm comparing to the HELOC that I have and using the frugal velocity banking method by moving this $12,884 in debt over to the HELOC. So if I use the HELOC, it's going to be at 10.5%. I'm starting with the same balance of the two credit cards, $12,284.63. The annual interest at 10.5% would be about $1,289 compared to $1,600 and $1,400. The monthly payment, if I just do just the principal only interest, nothing in addition, well, interest only, nothing toward the principal, I will be paying $107.49. But I need to pay more in order to really pay it off. Now, 1% of that amount is $122.85. So if they come up with a minimum payment, I'm sorry. Now that's the minimum payment on a credit card. However, the minimum monthly payment on a HELOC would be the 10%. So I'm incorrect. So that would have been $122.85. Let me make sure that's correct. 10, 12, 284, 63 times 0.1050 divided by 12. 107. So the monthly interest is 107. I'm not going to do the 1%. I'm sorry, I need to take that out because the 1% is not needed for the HELOC, unlike a 1% for the two credit cards that are here. So the total minimum monthly payment, interest only, based on 10.25 for the HELOC, would be $107.49. But if I stay with that path, it'd take me 73 months to pay off the 12,000. I would have paid 43.35 compared to two credit cards at 8,247. So there is savings, but it'll be longer months. The total repayment between the two credit cards was 20,000 plus compared to the HELOC. If it stays at 10.50, because it can rise and fall with changes based on the feds, would be $16,619. So in order to pay this debt off quicker or within the time frame of the credit cards, I need to bump up that monthly payment. So let me go over to a website And let's see, going to a website to calculate what do I need to bump up. Okay. So the credit card balance is $12,284. Interest rate is, let's see, share screen. Okay. So now I'm trying to see how much I would need to pay on that HELOC to be able to pay it off in at least 55 months, paying approximately, it's starting off at 107, but I'm need to bump it up. Okay, so let me see how much I need to bump it up to. 372 is how much the two credit cards would do it in. So let me see. Okay. How many months? 3 years, 4 months. Let's see. That's 36. That's 36 months. Okay. So I can do it in 36 months if I bump it up to the amount of what I'm paying on the two credit cards at 10%. Okay, so I'm going to bring that over. I think I need to stop sharing my screen and go back to here. Okay. So in order for me to pay it off in less than the 55 months of these two, I need to have it set at a minimum $372 to kind of make it equal. So let me put that in. So I need to make it 372 the same 30. It'll bring me down to 36, 40 months. The total interest would be 2,274.54. So the total amount paid back would be this plus this 14,000. Okay. So to recap, I initially start part one, looking at just the credit cards, what I'll pay, end up 20,000. Now I moved over to a HELOC of 10.50, and I would end up paying 16 to 14, depending on how I decide to pay it. So definitely see you on the next side for part three. Thank you very much. Have a great day, everyone.